When one davens in the house of a mourner, Beis Avel, there's an interesting choice of a parak of Tehillim that is chosen to recite after davening. The parak from Tehillim is Memtes, and it starts off Lamnatzeach Livnei Korach Mizmor, that this is a song by the sons of Korach. We know who Korach was. However, when you look at this parak, it makes you wonder why this would be the choice for a parak to be able to be said in the Beis Avel, and I'll tell you why. Because it mentions about how there's really nothing that a person could do once he dies. Things are over. And if you had a lot of wealth, there's nothing that you could rely on, that wealth. Once it's over, it all goes, nothing comes down with you. People are always into their wealth and all their assets, everything that they own. But a person should know, even a relative, a brother, doesn't make a difference. No one's going to be able to redeem you up there. When we're down here, we have all these connections. It's not what you know, it's who you know, and you're able to get around the system. Up there, there's nothing, there's no redeeming, there's no calling a hotline to get yourself out of jail free. And the psukim go on about how when a person goes down, he's azvu la'acherim chelam, he leaves over all of his assets to others. Nothing comes with him. All the way at the end, it even says, Al tira ki yashir ish, it became a famous song. A person shouldn't be afraid when he sees people become wealthy, ki yir bekavod beise, a lot of kavod. Ki loy v'moise yikach hakol. Not going to take it with him when he dies. Lo yered achrav kavoday. All of his kavod is not going to go down with him. Which makes you wonder why in a Beis Avel where it's over already, this is a time when you should probably try not to make the wound any bigger than it is. But the reason why it's chosen is because, like Shlomo Melech says, that it's Tov Leilech leBeis Avel mibleich leBeis Mishta. A person has a Chai Nasan Aliba. A person's better off going to a house of a mourner than going to a wedding, because in essence a person could be able to realize that he's still alive and grow from the experience. So the experience really of a mourner's house is really for those that are alive. And for them to be able to take to heart, to be able to realize that, hey, I've got life. Hey, I've got a really precious asset. And realize that things that are important in this world, sometimes we get lost with what should be our primary focus. Things that are important, we sometimes think really aren't. People get very caught up with their desires and interests in trying to amass wealth. Pasuk talks about it, how you're not going to be able to get out, and that's why this mizmar is chosen. But what's interesting is that who wrote this mizmar? Pasuk says, Lam natzeach livnei Korach. This was the Bnei Korach, the sons of Korach. We know who Korach was. Korach was actually in the Midbar. You know he got swallowed up. But what more do we know about him? Chazal say that he was very wealthy. He had 80 donkeys that were laden just with, donkeys are able to carry very heavy stuff. They were just holding the keys to his treasure houses, all of his safes, all of his vaults, and he was probably from the most wealthy, possibly the most wealthy person ever. And we know that when he stood up against Moshe Rabbeinu, he was swallowed up into the ground. Together with him, Korach, everything that he owned was also swallowed up into the ground. That means this multi-billion, trillionaire, everything was swallowed up. So we have the Bnei Korach, the sons of Korach, would have received all of this as their estate from their father. Meanwhile, everything was swallowed up. So the Bnei Korach, they're the perfect people to be able to sing something like this, where they could see that even when you can have everything in this world, the world with all of its wealth, everything swallowed up. Everything could go down. A person doesn't go down. A person doesn't actually hold on to anything with him. Now, how would a person, if you wanted to hold on to your wealth? So I'll give you a little bit of financial advice. The advice would be, is to take that money and put it into the safest vault possible. Give it to tzedakah. Not all of it, not allowed to, but give meiser. Make sure you give money to tzedakah, because then it's sealed away in a private bank, safer than any Swiss bank account or anywhere else you're going to try to put it. And you also don't have to pay taxes on that estate. And that it will be sealed away for you. That's the only way to take it with you. All that will be there with you, for eternity. So a person be able to take these lessons to heart when he's in a situation where all of a sudden he sees physicality isn't proving everything it should be. World is not necessarily living up to all the good things that it says it would. And a person could grow from that and realize that it's his connection to Hashem. It's his connection and what he brings to this world in regard to mitzvahs and ma'asim tovim, stuff that are truly become a part of him, truly become his, he owns, and no one could take them ever from him. And that's why the Bnei Korach would sing this. This was a song that they were able to grow and be able to sing for others to be able to grow from as well.